at least there's a consensus now. So it can only get better from here.
Certainly.
Okay, then, our next story. You know, make no mistake about it. The appointment of ambassadors is a slow and sometimes difficult process due to extensive security vetting. Of course, there's the delicate need to balance political appointments with career diplomats and the financial constraints we've been told was the cause of delay. The relieving news, as we sit here, is that the president has sent the names of 32 ambassadorial nominees to the Senate for confirmation. Days after he forwarded, days after the president had sent the names of 3 nominees initially, you know. So a former INEC boss, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, is on the list. Former Aviation Minister Fani-Kayode is there. Former Enugu Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, Reno Omokri. They are all on the list. In all, there are 15 career ambassadors and 17 non-career nominees. Let the work commence.
Well, let me start by saying that it's better late than never. I think part of the problem, though I understand the financial constraints, but I think that it is wrong for us not to have ambassadors. Part of the problem we're having in the U.S. now with President Trump is that there was no high-profile person on ground to be able to fight our case. So it's better late than never. Now we have the ambassadors. Secondly, I concede that is the prerogative of Mr. President to so appoint those that will be ambassadors. So I cannot, it is not in my place to decide who should be an ambassador. That's the prerogative of Mr. President. But I have reservations about 1 or 2 names on the list. But like I said, it's not my call. It's the president. The president must have his reasons for appointing the people so appointed. And though I have, like I said, 1 or 2 persons on that list that have reservation about them being ambassadors. So now that they have been appointed, I hope that the National Assembly will do the needful so that they can go to those different countries and start representing Nigeria the way it should be. Nigeria is the biggest country in Africa, one of the most powerful countries in the world. We cannot afford not to have representatives, because an ambassador is like the president. It's like the head of state in that country. That's why they have immunity.
An ambassador of Nigeria to Ghana is the first citizen of Nigeria.
That's what I'm saying, yes. He's the representative of the president there. So he represents the Nigerian state. So it is important for us to have people on ground to be able, in the Committee of Nations, when they are discussing important things, we should have our representative there fighting our cause.
Mayor, I concede, to you regarding the reservations, but I'm sure you remember these names. Late Dr. Christopher Kolade, late Dr. Patrick Dele-Cole, Bolaji Akemi. They were non-career.
Yes, ambassadors, yes, but you see, for example, the 3 names that the president first sent to as ambassadors, most of them highly educated, highly intelligent officers, very, very experienced. I don't have any problem with them. Because, like I said,
they are not career ambassadors.
They are not career ambassadors. That's what I'm saying. They are not career ambassadors. So if I said I have issue with 1 or 2, it's not as if because they are non-career ambassadors. Naturally, in that business, there must be career ambassadors, there will be non-career ambassadors, because there are politicians who also, like representative of state, that can represent you effectively well. You understand? But like I said, it's the prerogative of Mr. President. He must have seen something in them, and he has access to a lot of information about them, and he believes that they will serve the Nigerian interest. So I don't have any problem with that.
Biko, we have 109 missions abroad, 77 of them high commissions. Then we have the others, and so 109. The list is not an easy thing to vet, if you understand.
I had expected this list to be released a long time ago. Now we are under fire from the U.S. And people were saying if we had a resident ambassador in that place, maybe the situation would have been better handled. And it is not, in all cases, that you can send a charge d'affaires or a staff in your embassy to go and handle such matters, because it could even be misunderstood to mean that you are disrespecting such a country. So I'm happy that in the end the president has done this. It's better late than never. Now it is a good mix. 17 non-career ambassadors, 15 career ambassadors. And we have 4 women on the career ambassadors list and 6 women on the non-career ambassadors list. So in the end, 10 women. 10 women on this list. It's significant, but again, I hope that the subsequent list that the president will send, women will get even more representation. Yes, some people have been saying, oh, these people shouldn't have been there. In fact, the PDP said the people chosen largely do not have integrity, this and that. I don't know the people they have in mind, but I know that Fani-Kayode won his case. His no case submission succeeded. He was a victim of political victimization. The EFCC did not have a case against him. If they do Fani-Kayode's case 1,000,000 times, Fani-Kayode will win, because they did not have any clasping evidence. No clasping evidence where a no case submission succeeds.
Okay.
That should tell you that the prosecution didn't really do any work. So those who are saying, oh, maybe it does not have integrity, but he won in court. However long that case lasted, Fani-Kayode won. Reno Omokri, many people had suggested that, oh, he's doing all that work because he wanted to be considered for an appointment. In fact, some people thought he would come into the media team, because at a point he was doing so much work, you would think that he was officially in the media team of the president. But the president has considered him now for him to be made an ambassador. He's a Nigerian eminently qualified for that role, and is brilliant enough to acquit himself competently when invariably the Senate clears them and they get their posting. So there is no list that this president can come up with that some people will not be against. There's no way. Some of them, some said, oh, the INEC chairman shouldn't have been considered. He's a Nigerian. No INEC chairman brought innovations into INEC like Mahmoud Yakubu. Mahmoud Yakubu inherited the card reader. He upgraded it to Beavers. Beavers is much more advanced than the card reader. With the Beavers, you are not even, you cannot, the era of multiple identity has been banished, because you must, your biometrics must match your face and everything before you can vote. So some of the things we blame INEC for, we should actually be blaming politicians who refuse to play by the rules. But it's everybody's whipping dog. Now he's been made, be nominated for ambassadorial role. People think he shouldn't have been there. Oh, his reward for the work that he did for the APC. Again, he's a Nigerian, a first-class historian. He's qualified to be made an ambassador. When they made generals, service chiefs, ambassadors the other day, it wasn't as if those guys too were perfect. There were people who felt that, oh, they committed a lot of human rights infractions and all that, but they became ambassadors to our neighboring countries here. So this is the thing. And there are some ex-governors too that I saw on the list. Governor, yes. So the governor as long as a person has not been convicted.
That's it.
You cannot say that he's a thief.
Yeah.
Wait until he's convicted. If he's convicted, he appeals, his appeal fails, then you can say, but we actually call some people thieves when they are not. I still see people, till tomorrow I still see people call our vice president a Boko Haram member. Till tomorrow people still call Senator Ndume a Boko Haram member.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that Ndume went to court to clear his name. I may not approve of the way he talks anyhow, but I know that he's not Boko Haram member. If Boko Haram have a chance, they will slaughter Ndume himself.
Yeah. They are very active in his
yes, they are very active in his Goza local government now. That's where the Mandara Mountains are, and that is their place of refuge.
Okay.
But people are calling Ndume Boko Haram member. How is he a Boko Haram member?
But
so this, there's no list, as I said earlier. For me, my greater joy is that the president has sent this list. It was bad enough that we were operating without those ambassadors. Even if we had 3, those critical countries, France, America, and UK, Britain, it would have been fine. But we didn't even have them for so long. Now look at all the problems that we are facing with America, for example. Nobody to fight for us, nobody to get there and get our message across to the man who says he wants to come into our country with guns ablazing. But if we afford to watch, if we afford to watch Israeli jets pound even hospitals, killing kids, women, and children, without saying anything.
Mayor, 30 seconds, close your account here.
I know that things are difficult in this country. We have security challenges, but I believe that this government has the capacity to be able to solve that problem. And we are on the way to recovery. The steps being taken by these different people, South governors, Northern governors, all the meetings, collaboration, that's the way to go. We have to collaborate to be able to fight these people, making our country ungovernable, and state police is a must.
At least we remove the monster, the elephant from the room.
Yes, please.
BKO, we are done.
Yes, we hope that the coming week will be better.
Yeah.
Bandits are terrorizing the people of Kogi State, especially Yagbaland. That is close to the border with Kwara.
All right.
I learned that they're going to Salumokutu, now Dolphin Road and all that. We need to deal decisively with these people.
That's it.
They cannot be bigger than the Nigerian state, no matter who they think they are. It's time for the governor of Kwara, the governor of Kogi, to sit down with the Air Force.
Yeah.
If governors will put money in a special pool for the Air Force to buy rockets, for them to buy bombs, that they are going to rain fire on these people. It's about time.
So be it.
So that our people can have peace. Enough is enough.
All right, we are done. Thank you for your time, and until next Sunday. But then that will just about do it for the show this Sunday. Join us tomorrow for the regular episode of the program from 5 p.m. You may watch a repeat broadcast of this particular edition tonight at 11. Join us next Sunday from 1:30, you know. We are also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. And so on behalf of the backroom boys there, Mayor Akinpelu and BKO, I'm Citizen Jones Hussein. Bye-bye now. Thank you.